Okay, today I'm gonna talk about Chi-Tse, which is this point here of the lung meridian. And maybe let's start with the meaning of this point. So what you will notice is that the descending in fluids of the lung channel gather to form this small pool right here. Let me write down. The descending in fluids of the lung channel gather here, and when I say here, I mean this part right here, to form a small pool. Okay, so this is the first thing that you need to know. Now, Chi-Tse. Chi means small. It's not the same Chi. It's Chi. So this one means small. And Tse means pool. Okay, the name will refer to the small pool formed by the rain that descends from Shabai. So the small pool will be formed by the rain will be formed by the rain that descends from Shabai. By the rain that descends from Shabai. Okay, so from Shabai. Okay, now you might ask yourself, why does the rain from Shabai only form a small pool instead of a large one? You might make this question, why a small pool instead of a large one? Well, this is because different meridians in the body correspond to different directions and regions. Different meridians in the body correspond to different directions and regions. Directions and regions. Okay, so this is another important thing to keep with you. Now, the lungs are associated with autumn. Let me just write down here. Lungs the lungs are associated with the autumn, and also the west. Remember, different meridians in the body will correspond to different directions and regions. I'm gonna talk about each meridian, the directions and the regions, when I cover all the other meridians. Okay, let's continue. And this, okay, the autumn come later, will come after late summer. Hi. The autumn will come late after summer, or after late summer will be better. After late summer. And it will come when the land is dry. Try to imagine this, okay? It will come when the land is dry. And now I need to mention something. The muscles, and here I'm going to make an illustration of a muscle here. Okay, the muscles are governed by the spleen. Actually, the muscles governed by the spleen are drier than those in other areas. Than those in other areas. Okay. And most of the rain from Xiabai, this point right here, okay, most of the rain from Xiabai will be absorbed by the spleens earth energy. So because this only small pool will form at this location. Now let me write down this. So what will happen is most of the rain most of the rain from Xiabai is absorbed by the spleens heart energy. And this is the reason why we have a small pool at this location. Only a small pool forms at this location. Okay, we have Shizi here. This is the LU5. LU5. So this point is where the water flowing along the lung channel. Okay, because this is a point from the lung meridian converges, and the material at this point comes from the rain that descends from the Xiabai. And since Xiabai is located higher up, as you can see here, in relation with Shizi, and Shizi is in a depression, all the water flowing downward, okay, all the water flowing downward gathers here. And Shizi is considered the converging point of the lung channel. which I'm going to write here. Cheese is considered the conversion point of the lung meridian. I'm gonna write like this. I don't have enough space to write down here. Now there is the 5-element attribute of this point, because this point in specific pertains to the, or belongs to the water, meaning that the chi and the blood material of this point, the chi and the blood material of this point shows a water element attribute. Okay, and there are two reasons for this. First, the substance itself is water at the earth level, and second, the chi and the blood here are the source of the lung channel's water, and it will play an important role in moisturizing and nourishing the entire lung channel, because this point belongs to water. Now, there are a few features here that makes this point special, not more than the others, but it's still special, is that this is one of the 5 Shu points, and the is converging. The hull point of the lung meridian, it is the hull point of the lung meridian of Han Tai-in, and it is associated with the water. Okay, so this point is associated with the water. The lung meridian of Han Tai-in corresponds to metal, and the metal generates water, making Chi Zi the child point of the lung channel. Now, the flow of Qi, when I say this, okay, let me just illustrate for you. Here we have the water. Okay, and here we have the metal. So this point, if you follow the 5 elements, they will behave like this, okay, until they form metal again. And what will happen, this will generate the water. The metal element will generate the water, which means that the metal element is the mother of the water element. Okay? Simple. Now, and because this the lung meridian is a metal, it pertains to the metal element Chi Zi, which is the a water, has the water attribute, will be the son of the metal element. Now, this point is where the chi of the lung meridian, Han Tai-in, enters. The flow starts at the Jin point, flows through the In point, and gathers at the Shu point, and moves along the Jin point and converges to at the He point. I have to save another video to talk about the 5-element attributes of each meridian, so stay tuned. Now, Qi is especially effective in treating sore throat, pharyngitis, and tonsillitis. And the material here, the material of this point is water at the earth level, but in a small quantity. And it's also warm, okay, in nature, which is essential for blood. The movement of the qi and the blood here occurs in two ways. The water that gathers at this point flows downward along the lung meridian, because we still have a few other points all the way down to the hand, okay? And goes towards Kong-Tsui, which is another point that I will talk next week. The water inside the point continuously vaporize, okay? This water here will vaporize and will raise to the upper regions. And let's say that the main function of this point is gather the influids of the lung channel and allows them to flow along the earth level pathways of the lung channel. And this point can also be used to treat cold conditions. You can use in this situation a needle just to drain the blood, just a bit, okay? And you can also apply moxibustion. You can warm up this part of the arm, okay? For heat conditions, you can use cold or try to cool this area, even with the needle. Now, I would like to wrap up mentioning that this point, Qi, is at the muscular level and receives the qi and the blood material that descends from Xiabai. As a water on the earth level, okay? And this point corresponds to autumn and is characterized by dryness, and the rainfall in autumn because this is the season of this meridian is less than in spring, okay? The rainfall in autumn is less than in spring, so your body will behave in a way, in different ways depending of this season. And therefore the rain from Xiabai only forms a small pool at Qi. The small pool at Qi is important because it will regulate the dryness and the coldness of the spleen and lung in autumn. Excessive rain burdens the spleen and will lead to spleen coldness, which is something that is not, you don't want. Now, I'm using metaphors, no? And if mud and sand flow with the water, it can cause abdominal pain. If the water isn't clear, it will harms the kidneys and will lead by consequence to pain in the lower back and abdomen. So when we have insufficient rain, it will affect the spleen, especially the in of spleen, causing dryness in the spleen, the organ, which then affect the lungs, resulting in symptoms like a thin and rapid pulse that will be measured by the therapist when they take the pulse, fever with chills and dry stools, okay? And it will also reduce the urination. And this is a good point actually to use to clear the lung qi, lower lung energy, harmonize the stomach energy, regulates the qi, relax the tendons, and also reduce the pain. It's a very important point, and it will be beneficial in so many ways. But of course, you don't use like just because it's good for something. It doesn't mean that you can use every time, every day. So everything needs a little bit of study based in the condition, based in the day, the season, and then you can use the point. It's how we work with acupuncture. It's not just using the points like something that you can use as you wish. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to connect the dots, okay? The descending in fluids of the lung channel gather here to form a small pool. Boom, here. Different regions in the body correspond to different regions and directions. The lungs are associated with autumn, and the west autumn will come after late summer when the land is dry. So let me do this. Chum, here. Now, the muscles governed by the spleen are drier than those in other areas. This one fits well with this. Okay, and most of the rain from Xiabai is absorbed by the spleen's earth energy, so only a small pool forms at this location. We can also connect this with this one, and here is a description of each ideogram. And that's it. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna finish this live, and this is what I have for you. If you want to print this part here of the text of the Chitsa, you are very welcome. And thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time for Lung 6.